Tell me your name. Miriam. Okay, Miriam. So, face them. Show them how high that arm goes. About like that, since I knew you'd broken it, right? All right, don't keep pushing. I don't want you to hurt. Put it down. Come have a seat. Actually, let me change this for that. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, have a seat right there. You get up? Great. Now, we don't know what will or won't happen. This has to be okay, right? It has to be okay, because if we are attached to needing to get my other health card. No, right where I put it. Good. Okay. If we feel the need for specific healing to come about, that can be our limitation. That could be our attachment. So what I do with this is I bring my hand in until my hand begins to float. I just feel for a sense. And then I pull out just a little bit. Why? Because it helps me feel better. And then when I do this, you either get a sense of something or you don't. Very hot. Where? You're feeling a lot of flush, like flush from heat. Okay. Stay the same or change? It's like something is between her hand and mine and I'm pulling. Okay. So I come in on one side, I come in the other. Normally I'd stand like this, except that has my back towards you, so I won't. Okay. It's tickling. Okay. And so what happens is my hand begins to float. If I push it down, it bobs back up as if my whole forearm is made of styrofoam. The support doesn't come so much from underneath the hand like you would think, like it's resting on a shelf. It actually feels as if it's coming from the center of my palm. Like, remember when you were a kid and you were left alone for the first time with a vacuum cleaner? So you got to unscrew the attachment and stick the tube against your hand. Your hand was so little it went everywhere the vacuum cleaner went. So that's what it feels like. What is going on inside of your head? It's not in your head. You feel a wheel in your hand and it's going up. Okay. Now, tell me about the intensity of it. Is it decreasing or increasing? It's increasing. Now, logic would tell us that it would decrease because what we know about energy is that energy gets weaker with distance. I'm not talking about between here and Scotland, but I mean starting in close as you pull out, energy gets weaker. Information doesn't. Information stays the same. Energy becomes weaker. On the quantum field, it may stay the same. But we have yet to discover, even on the quantum field, anything that gets stronger, but this does. We are accessing something more. It becomes stronger as we do this. Now, before I work on your shoulder, okay? Before I work on your shoulder, just take your hands out like that. Before I work on your shoulder, because I couldn't see, I was off to the side, just remind me about how high your arms go. Okay, that's it. Look at me. Look at me. Just remind me how high you go. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Touch. That's good. That's good. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. You there? You good? You're not going to lose it now. Now her arm might turn purple and fall off. But most likely, this healing will be forever. Most likely, this healing will be forever. Now, all we did was laugh and joke and tell stories and spin around to see if you could get a position this way or a position that way. Holding, let's say, a 4-year-old child by the rib cage. Feel the firmness of your hands. Okay? Needs to be strong enough to hold that child. Keep your eyes open. There's nothing that you need to do to add to this. You can't add to anything unless it's less than 100%. There's no room to add them once you're at 100%. Okay, so you hold your hands that way too. The teaching assistants are going to come by and allow you to feel this. They're not going to talk to you about it. They're not going to teach you how to feel it. We don't have the time. They're going to give some of you a chance just to feel it. I'm going to work up here with you three. So what I want you to do is, let's imagine, think of the magnets that you can stick on your refrigerator, and they might have a little hook that comes out and you can put notes on it or something. And imagine that the base of that magnet is stitched or sewn right into your hand, and a little hook is coming out of each one. Okay. And let's see. And then let's put a big fat rubber band, like a quarter of an inch, whatever that translates to in centimeters for us, right here and here. And feel it begin to pull. Just use your imagination if you want. A little hook around there and there. So as if you were pulling the rubber band, the more we obviously pull the rubber band, the more we obviously feel the rubber band give a little sense of resistance. So can you just use your imagination and do that? Are you all right with that? Do you have a sense? Do you have a sense? Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to start with you. You lie down, put your shoes off, and lie on your back. You're going to come around here. You're going to come over here. Yep. You just lie on your back with your head down this way. You put your hands down. You keep your hands there. Keep your eyes open until I tell you. What's your name? Francois. And yours? Carol. Pete. Okay. What I want you to do, Carol, is bring your hand down to here. Right here. You keep your eyes open, Francois. And imagine the base and a hook, and the base and a hook attached there, there, and there. Big fat rubber band that way and that way. You can come over here. You are both keep your eyes on her eyes the whole time, whether I'm talking to you or trying to do anything. You watch your eyes. Okay. Good. Bring your elbows out just a little. I'll teach you how to begin to feel something. Okay. Close your eyes, Francis. Now let this hand bounce just a little. There you go. That's good. Tell the room what you're seeing with your eyes. Okay, now, Carol, put this hand strong like that and that. Begin to pull that rubber band just with this hand. Pull. Good. Can you see how it's becoming stronger? Do you see it getting stronger? Okay, good. That's the reason for the microphone, so you can see that. Now, Francoise, do you feel your eyes moving?
Yes.
Okay. Will you stop your eyes from moving for a second? You can't. Why not? They're your eyes. You don't know? Sorry. Okay, good. Thanks. Notice how she's becoming all red through this area right now, too. Perfect. Okay. You're up. You're standing here. You're lying down. You're over here. 1, 2, 3. What's happening right now is that we're beginning to recognize something. Keep your eyes open, Carol, until I tell you. Hands there. Again, hook, rubber band, pull. I know we can't see this from here, but we're going to talk about it, and then it's going to make a point in a second, and I'm going to try to make it larger. Close your eyes now. And pull. Notice that now that we've been working in the space, there's so much going on, that Pete's arm is shaking with it. Can you see her eyes moving? Good.
Yes.
That's the reason for microphones. Hold them right there. Now you keep watching her eyes. Step back just a little. Step back. That's good. Hold that spot. Now pull. Notice that as Pete moves his hands, the intensities of her eyes change. Now Pete, bring his hand up, just this one. See, that's different. Bring it back down. There. See that spot? Now notice what you feel right there. Stay right on that spot. Now it's increasing her eyes and making her swallowing increase. You recognize? Can you recognize that when you move to a different area, you act, or a different kind of a movement? Like right now, look what he learned how to do. Look how we learned how to make them flutter like that. You see how we found that spot right there? Look how instantaneous this is. All you have to do is interact with it and begin to carry it. Let's do one last shift, and we'll see if we show you something different or not. Stand up. Okay? Everyone go wherever you weren't. I don't have to remember this stuff. They all know what they didn't do yet. Scoot down. Keep your eyes open till I tell you. Bring your hands right here. Elbow out. 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 Good. You can't help but bring this through once you interact with your speak. Here we go. Tell them what you're saying. You need to have the mic get back all the way to your mouth. Good. Okay. Now, watch how, let's see if it starts to happen. Pull out. Can you see now as he pulls out how his head is rocking? Good. Pull a little further. You're going to do something different. You're going to come over here. Come on. Let's go. Bring this hand down. Just this one. Forget this. Bring this hand down. Find a spot. Watch his eyes. Start to pull. Alright, now it's bringing a tear out from his left eye. Can you see it? Walk over here. Pull a little further. Okay. Now this is not, can you see the tear? No, yes? Yes, okay, good. That's why you have the look. Okay. Stop your eyes from moving for a second. I mean, stop them from moving. Pete, stop your eyes from moving. Can't do it. Good. Okay, they're getting warm. Okay, thanks. Let's all stop. I'm going to tell you what we just learned here is strangely, even though you couldn't see. All righty? Thank you all for coming down. Back up. What we're learning is this. The three of them were each able to recognize when they brought their hand in somewhere, they had an effect. When they moved it, the effect changed. When they went back, it went back again. Or they went to another space, they found something else. Suddenly they found it. It's like recognizing that if you push something to the left, it goes left. If you push it to the right, it goes right. You move it down, if you bring it up. And you know what? Once you recognize that, you can't know it any better if you study it for 40 years. Healing is not about knowledge. It's about knowingness. It's about transcending knowledge. Knowledge, facts, data, knowledge, steps are techniques along the way to help us step into knowingness. Skip that part. Step into knowingness. There are usually 3 take-homes I try to give everyone. I'm going to skip the first 2 because I only have 6 minutes left and go straight to the juicy one while touching the first 2. You can't take credit for the healings. Everyone knows this, but not everyone talks about why. You can't take credit for the healings because when you start to take credit for the healings, you feel responsible with one arm works and one arm doesn't. And you can't feel responsible for that because it is your place to step into the situation, be that light. It is theirs to respond in the most appropriate fashion according to their life course. 2, if you can string together the words I don't know again and again and again until you get comfortable with it, it will allow you to discover the universe. We'll try and talk about that more tomorrow because we don't have time now. But 3, the biggest thing is, let's start to learn how to recognize the difference between fear and love. We are spoon-fed fear disguised as love. Loving people, happy people, wonderful things, people making lots of money and selling you this, that, and the other, and making themselves feel good in the process, and it all sounds great.